It is a new week over at the Hyatt house, and we are now playing the waiting game. We finally got some lumber. We've been waiting on that. And now we're waiting on the concrete truck. We finally got those footings approved, and now we're waiting on concrete. So while we wait, we're doing some blocking and adding some extra wood to the walls. So let's go inside and I'll show you what the guys are up to. We are working on the stairs. So what we've got to do, it's very loud here. We've got to sister a piece to this, and to that side. And that is tricky because if you walk up these stairs, you'll know there's not one that's the same height as the one above it. So that one's a different height than that one to that one. They're a different thickness. So measuring every one of these cuts has been tricky. And of course we have 4 sets of these stairs. So the guys have already worked on this one. They've already sistered these 3 pieces up. They're working on getting them all level with each other so that when we hang our sheetrock, that's nice and level and pretty. So more stuff that once we hang sheetrock, you're never gonna know we did all this stuff, but it's just gonna make these stairs even more sturdy than they already are. So we finished sistering all of the pieces for all of the flights of stairs. And now we're just adding more blocking and deadwood. You guys know the drill, to make sheetrock easier later. But we've definitely, these stairs were amazingly strong anyway, but we have made them stronger. So in my mind, this place is starting to come together and I'm starting to think about finishes. Right there at the bottom of the stairs, we had to put in some new lumber to sister it up. And we took a big piece out that was kind of just floating in the wall. And that is this piece. And I am inspired. That is gonna be part of the hood in the kitchen. I just think that piece is so pretty, and it's the perfect width and thickness. And I think we've got plenty of length that we can do the front and then maybe do a return on the edges. So kind of cool that we can say that we found this piece under the stairs, and we're going to incorporate it into the hood in the kitchen. All right, here's a new vantage point for you. I am in the attic space above the 1-story part of the ground floor. So there's the back door. Directly below me is the wooden room, and the wallpaper room's over there. Over in the wallpaper room, in the ceiling, there was some kind of flue. Well, there used to be one here too. Let me see if I can zoom in and show you. Yeah, so there used to be a flue of some kind here too. I've noticed some more Roman numerals. And then this is really cool. These are, you see those square nails? There's one right there. Those would be the original nails for the original siding on the back of the house before this was enclosed. So, now, why am I in here? Because it's a part of the house I haven't been in yet. And I'm just determined to find more cool stuff. So, views from the attic. So I am just walking around and looking at stuff, and I spotted some more Roman numerals. We have got a 6 or a V1 right there. And this is the original back of the house. And this is an original window. Remember, this is the window that looks into what's going to become the kitchen. So I don't know. I don't know if this was the 6th window they framed or what. I'm going to keep looking, see if I see any other numbers. 2 cool things I want to show you. As I told you, we are waiting. So we wanted to use some of our downtime. We cleaned out really good out from under the house, and we put a black plastic poly under there. And while we were doing that, the guys found these old shutters, and these are old shutters. They're working shutters. They would have closed The louvers move up and down, or they would have, maybe with a little work. They've still got the old window hardware that matches some of the hardware that's on the house still. So as soon as I saw these shutters, I knew exactly where they went. Check out this photo. I'm gonna pop it up in the top corner. So this is the oldest photo that I have of the house. It is from what I think is the early 1900s, and there are those shutters. You can definitely see them. If you look up this way, and I'm gonna move the photo over here, you can see, so we have this chimney here now. This chimney is not in that picture, but if you look on the photo, there's a chimney right about there. And what is that? That's the chimney from that flue that we just found in the attic. So there also would have been one on the other side. So didn't even notice that as many times as I've studied this photo until today. So what are we gonna do with these shutters? I'm not sure. I don't know that there's enough. There's definitely not enough to do the whole house. There may be enough to do the front of the house. So these shutters are TBD. But it's cool to find them. So I have been gone on a mini adventure. But while I was gone, the concrete truck came. So I'm going to show you some footage that was taken while I was indisposed. But we've got footings now. So remember, this is going to be a bathroom and a closet. And this was going to be a big laundry room. But now I think it may be a medium-sized laundry room and a powder room. So anyway, we've got the footings. We're waiting on the foundation guys to come back and finish the block so that we can start framing all of this out. So here is some footage of when this got poured. So we also poured the footings under the kitchen. So you remember we dug them, we had to dig them wider. We waited and waited and waited for concrete, but we finally got it. And we have poured that, and then we have put in some lag bolts or some anchor bolts. And now the guys are doing lots of calculations and measurements, and we're gonna figure out how we can get this new floor system level. And then we're gonna build a new floor system, actually 2 floor systems, one in this area and one in that area, that will be built around those beams. Basically what we're gonna do is build 4 short little walls right here. You see the strings. We've got all of our plumb lines pulled and our level lines. So we're gonna build 4 short little walls, and then we're gonna have new floor joists that are gonna rest on those walls. So we've got our bottom plates down, and the guys are figuring out the height of our top plates. As you know, nothing's ever level or plumb around here. So it's gonna take a little finessing to get these floors as level as we can. And the goal is to get them level with finished floor in the hallway. We want as minimal a threshold as we can. Okay, so we are moving along. We've gotten the little wall there, a little wall here. That one is almost done. That beam was not quite as level as we wanted, that original beam, so we've had to jack it up just a little bit. I don't know if you can see the bottle jack right there. So we've still got to put a top on this one, a top plate, and we're already starting construction on third one over there. So making progress. Our next step is going to be figuring out the floor joists. We have made some real progress. This floor system is good to go. It is already in place, and that is going to hold our kitchen. We put some more black poly under the house. Now we've got that almost everywhere. You may notice that we got those big piles of dirt out, the dirt of the footings. That's all now been relocated to the backyard. And these guys are gonna start putting the floor joist down in the other half of the room. All right, so we've made some major progress in the kitchen. We have put down the last of the black poly, and we have the floor joists in place, all except for the last two. So you see this one, originally it was kind of framed out and around the hearth, but what we did was we took a groove out of the hearth. We took out basically one course of brick, and then that's going to allow us to have one continuous floor joist right there as well. Because when we floor this floor, we're going to floor all the way up into the hearth. So we want those to be the same height if possible. So while I'm standing here, I'm realizing that we've got a little bit of gap here. So these bricks that are stacked in the front, the bigger red bricks, those are not original. You can see that there's a gap right here, and that would have been the original hearth right there. So these really, they're dry stacked. Honestly, they're not doing much of anything. So we may take those out. We are going to cut that gas line out because we do not need that, and it is in our way. All right, so this floor is finished. We are ready to put down a subfloor and then bring on the kitchen cabinets. So we had a decent amount of stuff done. This was actually 2 short weeks. We did not work a full week, so we got 2 little weeks combined into one video, but I hope you enjoyed it. Hey, while you're here, subscribe, like, comment, and make sure you come back next week, and who knows what we'll be doing at the Hyatt house.